Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the LD only walkthrough. We are now on day 22 and we're here to make more progress. So we're currently farming GB11. I have actually had a successful 10 run on auto of GB12, but it takes between 3 to 4 minutes and every once in a while you do get a fail. So I don't feel I'm quite ready to do GB12 yet, and it's mostly because of runes and lack of grinds. We're going to take a quick look at the monster box. We did 6-star Cassie after the last episode, and we got some runes on Jansen, Shushu, Dona, not yet for Darian, Taru. Kuna already had runes. We got some runes on Saren. And we also built Cha-Cha. No runes yet. But Cha-Cha is one of the few dark 2 stars or 3 stars that provides healing. And actually has a fairly good kit I'm interested in exploring. Now, I did build Cha-Cha on the Japan account, but I built him primarily as a damage dealer. Not really looking too much at the ability to heal and do support with his shield, so we're going to look at that more in this series. And then the other thing I'm trying to accomplish as soon as possible is fusing Gene, because there's an event here, the monster skill up level event that's going on right now. Got 24 days left, which is still lots of time, but you can get 2 skill ups for 5-star monsters from this event. And unless I get super lucky and pull an LD5 from a scroll, which I don't think is going to happen in 24 days, I can get Gene fused and get 2 skill ups into her. So that'll be really important. We're looking to make progress. And one of the things I mentioned earlier in the series is that by nature I'm kind of a cautious person, and I have found in the past when I'm playing Summoner's War, I wait way too long to try stuff. And I think it's actually important, especially when you're doing an LD only account, is go ahead and try out what you can accomplish. Try to do things that you think might be a little bit harder and see if you could do it. So that's what our focus is going to be today. Okay, so the first thing up that we're going to test is Necro. You can see I've done B9. I did B9 earlier today. B10 is probably going to be a challenge, but here's the team I'm currently testing, and we'll have a couple other options that we can test if this team doesn't work for B10. So Fran, triple hit, skill 1. Lauren, triple hit, skill 1. Cassie, triple hit, skill 1. Saren, who many people don't use, is a double hit on skill 1. I believe it's actually a triple hit on skill 2. And then it's 4 hits on skill 3 with also applying a defense break. So, and then Crow is there for damage. So the way this team is set up is it's speed tuned. We can go ahead and start it. It's speed tuned so that Crow goes last. So you've got 4 monsters with a chance to put. In fact, we can probably auto this. We just have to make sure. So these crystals can hit really hard. So you want to try to attack power break them to avoid them one-shotting one of your monsters, because those crystals are pretty intense. When I was doing B9, I had a couple of runs where Crow got taken out by a single shot from a crystal, which was horrible. You can see there, Crow hits like a truck, and so now we're going to slow things down a bit, and we're going to try to make sure everybody's at full health when we get to the boss. Goodbye, Gollum. heal up Crow. Saving all of our good skills. Okay, can we beat B10? Because the reward from beating B10 is another LD scroll, so we can get another LD summons tonight. So first two have not broken. There's one hit left. We're going to go ahead and use the second skill. There we go. And then we're going to use first skill here because I want to try to do the big damage skills once we have a defense break. And Crow just landed his defense break, which is great. Now we can try to do big damage this time around. There's still 4 hits left on the Soul Barrier passive. So I saved this skill, which does 4 hits. So no damage done, but now Cassie can use her big skill, which Cassie's not ruined very well, so that didn't do much. But then here comes Crow's Scar, well over half the HP on the boss, so that was really nice. And remember, in Necro you cannot lower the boss's attack bar, so all those attack bar reductions are just not working. But we're just looking for, there's another defense break. We can also do a heal block here. That's good. Another triple hit. And that's the second time the boss's health bar has been taken down to 0. So of course Crow gets captured, but Crow's huge damage is only when there's a bunch of debuffs on his target. So now we can try to get Crow back. There we go. He's back now. We can use Fran to heal everybody up. Break down the shield again, the Soul Barrier. Do a triple hit to get a slow on the boss. Now we're going to probably try to do, we tried to do a defense break. See if we can get a, no, can't do a defense break there. Triple hit, see if we can get a defense break again. There we go. Got attack power break. Heal block. Nice proc by Lauren. And hopefully Crow can finish. Oh, the shield was back up. I didn't think about that. But we've got some other damage dealers on the team. Oh, double hit team up should be enough. Yep, there we go. So Necro B10 is done. And we get 5 crystals for that. But more importantly, we now have a mission completed. Clear the 10th floor, we get in our LD scroll. So we have our next LD scroll for the end of this video. And you'll notice now I have 5 different notifications that have no way for me to collect them. So come to us. I don't know what you're doing with your beginning game, but it's just a bug. You guys might want to fix that. I have a lot of fairies to build, so I'm collecting every fairy I can. All right, that's awesome. So Necro B10 is done. So now our next challenge in the dungeons is actually Punisher's Crypt. So I've only done B1. And the main reason is a lot of the first monsters I built had attack bar reduction, and I wanted to wait till I had at least 5 monsters with at least 5-starred that don't do attack bar reduction, so we can try to beat the boss. So we're going to theory craft here a little bit, see how high up in the dungeon we can get. So Fran and Lauren both do a ton of attack bar reduction. And so does Vero, so we can't really use Vero. So we're going to go with Cassie, who also does attack speed slow. So Punisher's Crypt, it's really important to do attack speed slow on the boss. Bella's nice when she's not 2A'd, because Bella 2A actually does attack bar reduction. So Bella can be included. Cameron's going to be included because she does attack speed slow with her skill 2. Crow's there for damage. And then we have to think about I runed up Dona mostly for this dungeon. And he will be used in R5 too, but his initial runes are to help do a cleanse on the team and also do an attack bar boost. So we're going to try this team first. We're going to see how we do. I don't anticipate any trouble with level 2, so we're just going to auto it. It should be pretty simple. We probably need to look at, so boss, left, right, dungeon boss. I believe it's the right crystal that cleanses the boss, and we don't want that doing that. So we'll do that first, then the boss. And we'll check on that once we get higher up levels where the crystal lasts long enough for us to actually read about it. So it might actually be that other crystal. So no problem with B2. And we should have no problem with B3. I'm hoping we can get up to B7 to get another mystical scroll for summons. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. The boss starts getting much tougher once you get past B5 or 6. But so far, cruising through. And one of the reasons we're doing that is we're trying to focus on not too many monsters. So we're trying to make sure that we have a limited number of monsters we're trying to rune. Yeah, so I was wrong. It's actually the left crystal is the one that cleanses the boss. So we're going to actually change our attack order for the next run. There we go. B3 is cleared. And one of the things you want to make sure you're doing when you're doing Summoner's Way is to clear the quest. Otherwise it won't give you access to the next one. So we've got another mystical there. And our next task is to apply increase attack bar effect. We've got 2 monsters that can do that. So not worried about that at all. Punisher's Crypt, level 4. Same team. And we're just cruising through once again. Not worried about being able to complete B4. It's pretty simple. There's that decelerate. Takes out most of the wave. Oh, so now we need to go to the boss battle, dungeon boss, and we're going to change that to left crystal first, then the boss, then the right crystal. And we're going to manually put them over on this one. So we don't need the boss being constantly cleansed by that crystal, because if we can prevent that cleanse, then we can keep the defense break on him longer, so that as soon as Crow gets something defense broken, he does tons of damage. So So we got an artifact, and we completed that part of the challenge. So that's good. Now can we clear B5? I'm not anticipating much of a problem there. Go here. We're on B5. We're going to start trying to notice how many turns the boss is starting to get, because the reason Punisher's Crypt gets difficult is that the more turns the bosses get, the more turns the boss gets, the more damage he starts to do. And so if you allow the boss to stay around for a while, it's not very good. So we're trying to see, can we still get him down pretty quickly? So we get the defense break on the crystal. We slowed the crystals, which helps. Ooh, we took pretty good damage there. That's not good. There, mobilize helped. Bella's great for that. There we got a defense break on. And we're hoping... One thing we didn't bring, which means we're probably going to have to... Ultimately, we'll have to change up this team, is we did not bring an attack power break. We do have a glancing, but that's not quite enough, I don't think. We need to decrease the boss's attack power. So we got B5 done. And we might be... Okay. Convert an artifact. Okay, so we're going to go into one of our monsters that already has an artifact. So we're going to come in here. Yeah, this isn't normal. Attack bar when revived is basically useless in most situations. Skill 2 accuracy plus 6%. That's great for Vero. He needs more accuracy to land his stun. So, although now he's over, so he got 6%. So he's at 85%, which is the maximum accuracy you want to have. That's perfect. So that worked out well. Couldn't have planned that better myself. And we convert the artifact. Clear B7. Can we do that? That's a good question. Let's go ahead and go here. See if we can't. So this is B6. So Crow absolutely has to stay. Cassie is actually a little bit... I mean, she does do slow. She does do dots. And also a strip. So she's probably the one that's redundant here. And also is probably the least best runed is Dona. Is there anybody else we can put in there? There's really nobody. We could try Saren maybe. So let's take him out, put Saren in. She's going to hit harder. And she decreases attack power, decreases her HP block, HP heal block. And then another defense break. So let's just give her a shot. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, Saren is not 6-starred, so she's pretty squishy. See, they're almost half health in one hit from one of those little crystals, so that's not good. But we will see if we can try to get to the boss. And but Punisher's Crypt is one of the harder dungeons to get higher up in. So we may just be stopping here at B6, or if we're super lucky and get to B7. So there the boss went already once. Stripped off the... Yeah, we lost Saren already. We got the glancing on. But yeah, we're falling apart here. We might be able to... Yeah, there we go. We barely beat it. Not even going to bother with B7. We're going to move on to the next task. This is the team I used for Crow. So I only did level 4. Level 5 is ideal, and if you can do level 5, absolutely do that. But very early on in the game, level 5 is pretty difficult. First thing I did was actually 2A Gorgo. And I'll show you the team that did that. So that I had Fran, Lauren, and a 2A Gorgo to build up Crow. And level 4 is, I don't remember it failing once Gorgo was 2A'd and maxed. So that's the team for that. Gorgo also was level 4. I tried level 5 a few times and just got slaughtered. So rune quality is not there. But Fran, Lauren, Bella, and I'm trying to use as many teams with just special dungeon monsters or Summoner's Way monsters, so that you guys that are using this as kind of a guide don't have to pull the exact monster I'm using. So that's why that's why I use that team. That is why I used that team. And then the only other 2A dungeon team that I've built so far is the Pixie, because I'm working on 2A Cameron as my third 2A, and so I did not start this dungeon until I had Vero. So it's Vero, Gorgo, and Crow plus Cameron. So all of them are 6-starred. One thing I've noticed is that level 4 is still a little bit sketchy, because the only heal I have is from Vero when he cleanses the team. So I've actually been building... so one of the things I was thinking of doing was, instead of Crow, which I know he does a ton of damage, but putting Cha-Cha in, who heals an ally with 15% by skill 1, cleanses and heals a target ally and yourself by 20% on skill 2, so 2 heals. And then when you attack an enemy with skill 3, because he's not 2A'd yet, it transfers all the harmful effects onto the target. So it's actually a pretty good skill kit potentially for this dungeon. So we'll be trying that soon, but he's not runed up yet. I just don't have the runes. So those are my 2A teams that I'm using very early on. And then the last thing to try today before we get to the 1 LD summons is to go into Rift of Worlds, because we've unlocked the Rift Beasts, but we've only attempted, I think, we attempted Fire once and we attempted Dark once, and that was it. But one of the things that I've been noticing in crafting, if I want to feed those 2 Nat 5s for ancient crystals so that we could then get LD scrolls, I need the Rift Beast materials. And same thing for turning 4-star monsters into LD pieces. I also need the light and dark crystals. So we are going to, this is our first attempt at all 5 Rift Beasts. So we're going to come down here and we'll do fire first. I was hoping that maybe I could do a little better and actually get to the first groggy state And so when you're doing fire, you need to have high defense on your front line. 900, a little over 1,000 is not really high defense, but it's a start. And then Gorgo, 900, yeah, about 1,100 defense. So those are, and both of those monsters have AoE attacks. Crow does a ton of damage. Cameron does a decent amount of damage, and she also has another AoE attack. And then Fran and Bella are there for support, for healing. So we're going to see how this goes. And when I tried it before and got the D rank, I don't think everybody was 6-starred yet. So we might do better here. And of course, this is also on, we're going to try this first run on auto and just see how it goes. So there's, the minions are wiped out there. Here comes the Thorns of Despair. Does basically nothing to those two guys, so that's a really nice start. And he's doing, so that damage is a bit more. And now the question becomes, is anyone, no one used their AoE before the minions moved, which was bad. Everyone's still alive, but so Bella's mobilized, helps out there. Here comes more minions. We definitely need AoEs to go this time. There we go. Nice 1-2 punch with Gorgo and Vero, and they survived. Here comes more minions. Can we survive? We did survive the summoning. Cameron tried to help, but it wasn't enough. But yes, we got to the groggy state. So Crow took out, now we need to get a defense break. There we go. Thank you, Bella. And now, oh, we got the brand on. So hey, we're almost at 1,000,000 damage. There we go. 1,000,000 damage while still in the groggy state. For a brand new account, 22 days old, we'll take it. If we're lucky enough, we might get to like 1.5, but we'll have to see. The one downside of Crow in any of these Rift Beasts is that when you can't put debuffs on the beasts, then Crow doesn't do nearly as much damage. So, yeah, okay, well, we're not getting anywhere close to 1.5 million, that's for sure. We're not even going to break 1.2, but getting to the groggy state is important, and that might be enough for us to farm fire in order to get enough materials to get those LD scrolls. We may not be able to do it tonight, but hey, that's not bad. B+ rank for a second attempt, I'll take it. And we got 4 fires. That's not bad. Crappy rune, as usual. So let's go to Summoner's Way, see what we completed here. So, oh, and we get 50 crystals. So that's nice. Oh, if we can get at least C+ and everything, we might get a bunch of LD scrolls today. That would be crazy. Okay, so we did fire. Can we get C+ on Ice Beast? So now we're looking at what are the... So for fire, you want AoE attacks to get rid of the minions, and then you need big damage to take down the boss quickly, or the Rift Beast quickly. And it's a little bit different approach for ice. So ice is going to try to freeze you, and the 2 ways you can combat that is attack bar increase to get rid of the freezing effect, and then you also want cleanses or immunity to prevent yourself from being frozen. So clearly Fran's going to be in there. Bella's in there for attack bar increase. Donut is probably pretty good for this because he's an attack bar increase and also a cleanse. And then we're going to have Crow in here for damage. And then now Vero will not cleanse freezes, so he's not that useful in this regard. And I don't really have anyone else. I don't really have anyone else with high defense that can go in the front. So we have to bring Gorgo, even though he's not ideal for this situation. So we're going to see how this team does. If it can get us to C+, that's all we're looking for, at least in terms of Summoner's Way at the beginning. So there's the freezing effect. And we're hoping that we can get another attack bar. The one downside of Bella is that if she sees that you don't really need a heal, she's not necessarily going to do her mobilize, which is her attack bar increase. So she hasn't done that yet. But we do have immunity up right now. So we're just going to try to freeze. So the freeze bar is back. And what we need to do is mobilize. Come on, Bella. Nope. Thorn of Despair. That's stronger, so we took a bigger hit that time. But I think we might be able to get farther in this if we manual it. Because there we got 2 frozen, which were if Bella had done her mobilize, we probably wouldn't have had to worry about that. And we might have a problem here. Well, everybody survived, which is pretty amazing to begin with. Now we got another big freeze. It's a pretty big freeze bar. At least Bella did her mobilize, which is good. Everyone still survived. Can we get the Rift Beast down before he tries to freeze us again? Or do another Thorns? Got 2 freezes there. Almost down. If we can just get... This is where we need somebody else instead of Gorgo. Because Gorgo is nice to be in the front row. There we go. Boss is down. Sorry, not the boss. The Rift Beast is down. Now we need a defense break. There we go. Thanks, Bella. It'd be nice to get another debuff on there. Crow did his scar, but my Crow does have fairly low accuracy. So I need to improve that because he did scar but didn't brand. But we're at over 1 million damage, which I'm pretty sure is enough for a C+ rating. So now we're just cruising through this. Yeah, because we don't have enough rune quality to get much beyond the first groggy state. So if we can get 1.1 million, that'd be outstanding. There we go, 1.1 million. And there's the giant thorns there. And we just cleared Ice Beast. So that's not bad. We got a B+ again. Crappy rune again too. But let's go Summoner's Way. There's now our next target is Wind. So we're going to go for the Wind Beast. Now Wind is all about, so the Wind Beast puts this electricity on you that slowly destroys your HP and also reduces your healing abilities. So you need a lot of heals. Actually wish I had the materials to get Amon up to 5-star, but I just don't. So we're going to have to go with a very similar setup. So we're going to have, and actually I haven't been adjusting the leader skills. I bet I would have been doing better if I put Vero as the leader every time. So we got a heal here, a heal with Bella. Crow is for damage. Starting to see a familiar trend here. But Donna's Donna is a cleanse, but not a heal. So we're not going to include Donna. I wonder if Shushu or the Light Viking is going to be better. We're going to try it with... Oh, let's give the Light Viking a bit more hit points first. Try with the Light Viking first. So let's go here. I think they allow you to modify runes now in the Rift Beasts. We'll have to check on that. So we're going to get that started on plus 12. And we're going to come back. Oh, this should be at least plus 9, right? Give him some more survivability. And we're also going to plus 9 this one, because we have enough mana to do that. So we're going back in, and we'll check on... Okay, so... Firo, Gorgo, Fran, Bella, Light Viking, Crow for damage. Now you can't... Oh yes, so okay, so they just updated where you can now directly go in here to change the runes and you come back to this screen. So that's fabulous, because you just witnessed me going all the way out to go in and check runes. You don't need to do that anymore. So we're going to give this a shot. Does his lightning roar immediately? And then there we have 2 quick heals, and the lightning's gone. And we've already done 102k damage, which is not bad. We just need a better... I mean, Gorgo is okay for front row, but he just doesn't do a lot of damage. And if you're noticing in these Rift Beasts, we need a lot of support mons, and we're not bringing in a lot of damage dealers. Vero would be better if I could get him on that will rune, so that he's speed, crit damage, HP. Right now he's speed, attack, HP, which doesn't do a whole lot. But hey, we got... Everybody survived the groggy state, so we're almost certainly going to get C+ on this as well. And we have a defense break and a brand, so we're doing as much damage as we can with having 3 support monsters. But we're over 1 million damage in the groggy state, so not bad at all. So this is again another example of try to see what you can do as soon as you're able to do some things. So, because I did not think I would do this well on Rift Beast this early. And here we are, we only have one monster with lightning still on him. Everybody else has the heal up, and there we go. Nobody has lightning on him, but here it comes again. And the beast did a lot of damage. Now can we heal up? But hey, we're at... Okay. We're dead, but we hit 1.5 million. That's outstanding. This is way better than I thought we would be doing. So, there we go. So, that's great. Now we're going to go here. And we just did wind. So we've gotten B plus, A minus. Now we're going to try light. And light is a different challenge because the light monster makes a shield that you have to break through. So you need a lot of single hit damage dealers. So big damage in one hit. So we're going to bring Cassie in. Her skill 3 is one hit. You still need some sustain, and you need an attack buff. Crow's definitely being brought in because he's my best damage dealer. And then who else do I have that can hit really hard in a single hit? We have many that we're building, but the only one that actually has runes on right now. So Cameron can hit pretty hard with skill 3, but it's a 2-hit. And that shield that the Rift Beast puts up dramatically reduces the damage you do from anything over 1 hit. So we're going to actually put in Taru here. He has absolutely horrible runes on him. So he's only a 5-star. And he's got +9, and the only thing he has +15 is slot 1. So, and he's not fully skilled yet, but hey, it's what we've got. And actually, we need to hit really hard here, so we're going to use Cassie's leader skill, and we're going to see what we can do here. We might need to do another run here if we don't get C+, and use Vero's HP skill. But we want to try to hit as hard as we can. And ignore defense is actually very good in this Rift Beast. That's why Taru hit pretty hard there. And we broke the shield the first time. That's outstanding. So we've gotten 2/3 of his HP out. He has another shield up. Crow and Taru just did pretty good damage to that shield. Can we get it down? There we go. Cassie got it down. That's awesome. This is way better than I thought we would do today. So there we've got a defense breakup, and Taru just did some ignore defense. And we got a brand on. This is working really nicely. Wow. 1.5 million before we're even out of groggy state. 1.6 million. That's outstanding. Now, I'm pretty sure we'll fall apart here in the second half. Because you just need much better runes in the second half than you do for the first. Yeah. So, yeah, there goes the front line. So we're going to get one little more round of hits here. And, yeah, so maybe Crow can get one more. Nope, Crow's gone. So that's it. But, hey, 1.6 million. Great. So that's an A ranking. That's outstanding. And, of course, a crappy rune again. So we're going to go back into Summoner's Way. Look at Rift Dungeon here. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. I didn't. So that's one thing you really need to make sure you do when you know you're going through things. You need to collect your Summoner's Way, because I did clear the right Light Beast, but I didn't get credit for it. So go back in. Go back in your Light Beast. We're going to do it again. And since we're doing it again, I'm just curious if we do more HP. We'll probably do worse with this, I would think. People will survive better. But we're not going to be doing as much damage, I don't think, which means we won't do as well. The only one who's going to be doing more damage will be Gorgo, because the HP lead will boost his damage. But I think I think our progress is already slower. We'll probably get to the groggy state. But I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to 1.6 million. Alright, so we got him down. Now we need to get a defense break on. And we haven't hit that yet. So that's another reason we're not going to do. There's the defense break. Now we can see if Crow can get his scar in before groggy state is over. There we go. Actually, we're doing... Well, I like being proven wrong sometimes. We're actually getting a better score here. Wonder why that is. Interesting. I don't think... So we're not going to be able to clear the shield. Yeah, and there comes the big thorn. Yeah, so we're done again. Can't possibly be that Gorgo did more damage because of the HP lead. Because Crow and Taru should do more with the attack lead. But, hey, 1.7... That's not bad. Vero and Gorgo are going to stay in because they're really the only ones I have for the front line right now. So the Dark Beast captures one of your monsters in this special thing that doesn't allow it to move, and you need to use multi-hits to remove that off your monster. So we're actually going for... I'm going to try... So we only have one healer here. Actually, one of the things we can consider doing, because Bella's over 1100 defense, so we might consider putting Bella in the front row. So then if Bella is the one that's free, she can help heal. More support to keep the team going. So Bella is captured, the soul chain. And now we're trying to do as many attacks as we can. And then Vero has to sustain the thorn attacks all by himself. But we got Bella out before it tried to do the soul chain again, so that's good. This time Vero is out. Vero is immobilized. Here comes Bella. Can she handle? Yeah, she handled the thorns pretty well. We just passed our previous high score. There we go. Well, that's a lot of damage. I think we might be done here. Managed to survive that, which is pretty amazing. Vero's been captured, but Bella might allow us to survive long enough to get to the groggy state and get our C+ ranking. So I think that is going to happen. There we go. So now we don't have Saren. And we might have just been better off to do Crow anyway. Although Saren can do pretty good damage. It's nothing like Crow, though. But hey, we got to groggy state. getting close to 1,000,000 damage. We got a B, which is great. That's all we needed. Okay. So we come in here. We beat. Okay. All right. So this is going to be stressful because now we can feed both of our Nat 5s that we summoned on the first day. And the first day we got Kuna, who's a decent monster. He's not amazing, but not bad. But then we did not do another reset because we got the 2 Nat 5s that we're about to feed, and then the Fire Demon. So yeah, 150,000. Bye bye. This is a light dark only account, and unlike my Japan account, which I eventually transitioned out of light dark only, there's no reason for this one to ever transition out. So we're always going to feed Nat 5s, and it's kind of painful to feed some that are potentially meta. But there we go. And then we're going to feed the Fire Demon. So we have enough ancient crystals now that we can come over here. We're going to go into, I'm trying to even remember, there it is, ancient crystals. We have 600 now. So we're going to purchase 6 LDs. And we're only 30 away from the next one. So, I'm nervous now because if we get all crap, to date, I believe we have only summoned 8 on the account the whole time. So we're about to double our number of LD pulls. I'll have to check that when I edit the video. But okay, so we have 9 mysticals, so we need 90,000 mana for the mysticals. And then we need another 70,000, so we need 160,000 mana. Okay, so I would absolutely love to get lightning and get a LD4 that is worth skilling up, that doesn't have fusion skill ups. That's the main goal here. Okay, no lightning and 9 mysticals. It's kind of worrisome. LD lightning is like 1 out of like 19 or something. So what else could we use? So we still need a monster that does block beneficial effects very badly. So the light lizard or either of the witches would be amazing. Kabia would be great for Kabia, or a Sheer would be outstanding for Siege. Same with Walkers, Light Martial Cat. There's a lot of monsters that we can get that could be really good because we just don't have much yet. Helia, Ventura, what's his name? Varus. Varus is really fun in Siege. He's a really good monster for Siege. Zinc would be awesome because he blocks beneficial effects. Okay, we're going to stop salivating over what we might get, and let's just see what we get. Do we need room? Yeah, let's put everything into storage. Make some room. Okay, here we go. 7 LDs. Okay, so this is huge. This is the best chance we have of getting something good early game. Other LDs will be harder to get after this, so until we get another Nat 5 to feed. Okay, first one. Is that Zinc? Yeah. Okay. that makes it worth it right there. Zinc is a really good monster, and he's a block beneficial effects monster, so I can now make progress on Steel Fortress. That's an outstanding pull. Hopefully we can get something even better, but I'm very happy with that one. Come on, let's see what we get here. No lightning. Dark Imp-Champ. So he's an amazing daughter. And I never really built him on the Japan account because I pulled Thrain. Now, if we get Thrain next, then maybe he won't be used that much. But so he increases his attack power if he gets a critical hit and does a continuous damage. And then this is another monster that does skill 2 does damage according to target's max HP, so he's potentially good against bosses. And another continuous damage. And then this is 5 times that inflict continuous damage. So he might actually be pretty good for Necro too. So I need to think about him. But that's another nice pull. So two good pulls in a row. This has been a great. Let's see. Ooh, we got lightning. Dark Lich. 2 to 3 hits. Enemy's attack speed is dropped. Attacks the enemy target 3 times to decrease the defense. And will stun somebody if they have a slow. And then, so he does more damage as he kills things, or if things die around him. So he's pretty good. And he doesn't have fusion monsters available to skill him up. So before that event ends, worst case scenario, we're skilling him up, and he's a pretty good monster. So this is great. Let's just get okay, so next one's going to be Nat 5. Oh, okay, not even lightning. A shear, another outstanding pull. So he's fabulous for RTA. Light Fairy Special Dungeon. It had to happen eventually after getting 3 really good pulls. Is it too greedy to ask for another lightning on the last scroll? Well, so now we're heading back towards the average. This is another crappy pull. He's not any good. Okay, how about one more good pull? Doesn't need to be lightning. Just one more good pull, please. No, we didn't get to lightning. Helia, another really nice damage dealer. Honestly, I don't think I could have asked for better pulls out of those 7 scrolls. It would have been nice to get a slightly better LD4, but the Dark Lich is not bad, and it allows me to use up that event skill ups for 4 stars. So I'm extremely happy. That's really good. And I have tons of stuff to build now, so now I can take a little more time accumulating LD scrolls for the next one. So that's it for this episode. I really appreciate you guys following along. This series has actually been one of my more popular series, so I appreciate the views, and I'm going to continue to try to get some good content out. And now that with all these pulls that we got, we've got some content coming up. So we need to lock that big guy for sure. The Dark Lich. Zinc is amazing. He'll be built immediately because I want to start getting better artifacts. Light Fairy's a dupe. A shear will be built almost immediately. Alia too. Dark Inferno, I don't think he's going to be built anytime soon. So out of 7 scrolls, we got 5 new toys. That's outstanding. So we will see you in the next one, where we'll have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about and show you how the new toys are doing. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you in the next one.